Okay, let's have a look at type 3 of module 10. Question number 4. Analyze the circuit shown below, then answer the questions A and B accordingly. So it's given in the figure a ladder diagram in which it has a switch, which is a push button, start push button. It has a TD with a circle, which is the delay timer coil. It has a TD1 contactor, which is the delay timer contactor. And if you check the sign, the arrow is moving away from the switch, which means this is an off delay timer. And it's mentioned the time 10 seconds, which means when the coil is energized, this will immediately close. After 10 seconds, it will be opened again. And this is a lamp which has a sign like X. So let's move on to the questions A. What is the type of delay timer used in the circuit? As you know that the arrow is moving away from the switch, it's an on delay timer. Question number B. Assuming a normally open contact of the timer, explain the sequence of operation describing the status of TD, TT1 and L1 in the below table, assuming S1 is operated according to the sequence. So let's have a look at the table now. It's given S1 is open, the status of S1, and the status you have to fill the status of TD, which is a delay timer coil, TD1, which is the delay timer contactor, and L1, which is the lamp. So let's see what happens if S1 is open, which means this switch is like this open. So what happens to the coil? It won't energize, which means it's de-energized, and TD1 will be opened and the lamp will be off. So this is the first answer. When S1 is open, TD will be de-energized, TD1 will be open and L1 will be off. Let's look at what happens when S1 is closed. When you close this one, what happens to TD is that the coil will energize. Since the coil is energized, the contactor will start working. And since this is an off delay timer, and you should know that for off delay timer, when the coil associated with that contactor is energized, it will close immediately for 10 seconds and then only it will open. So what happens when the S1 is closed is that TD will energized, TD1 will be closed and L1 the lamp will be on. So that is the answer here. S1 will be closed, TD will be energized, TD1 will be closed and lamp will be on. And in the next two things, it's specifically written what happens immediately when S1 is closed and after 10 seconds when S1 is closed. So since this is an off delay timer, immediately the changes will be for the lamp and the contactor. The TD will be energized since S1 is closed always. So the changes will be only for TD1 and L1. So you know that for off delay timer, immediately the contact will close. So you have to write here TD as energized, TD1 will be closed and L1 the lamp will on. But after 10 seconds, what happens? The TT will be again energized. TD1 will be open since this is an off delay timer. And what happens to the lamp is it will be again off. So this is the figure, answer for the figure. So after 10 seconds, TD will be energized and TD1 will be open and L1 will be off. And so that's all about the type 3, which is very simple type. I can show you another similar example for type 3. It's again the same figure with a different delay timer. Can you tell me what is the name of this delay timer, Gus? Yeah, it's on delay timer since the arrow is moving into the switch. So the first answer is on delay timer. And then what happens when S1 is open? When S1 is open, this will be de-energized, the contactor will be again open, the lamp will be off. What happens when S1 is closed? This will be energized, the contactor will be closed and the lamp will be on. What happens immediately when the S1 is closed? This will energize and this will be opened the same as before, since it's an on delay timer. Okay, and the lamp will be off. And what happens after 10 seconds? After 10 seconds, this will be closed and the lamp will be on. This is the difference for on delay timers. So you can check the answers in this table. So the type 3 is a simple one, in which if you know the working of on and off delay timer, you can easily get the answers for this one, this type, which is very simple. That's all about type 3.